Did you know that every year, millions of adult salmon fish travel thousands of kilometers across the ocean to the exact location where they were born? And they do this not just once, but twice. That is, they travel from their birthplace to the ocean and back again. It seems absolutely incredible, but it's true. And today we will tell you about what makes these fish superheroes, how they find their way home, and why salmon return to their birthplace at all. Salmon are among the most remarkable travelers in the world. Every 3 to 7 years, depending on the species, adult salmon leave their feeding grounds in the ocean and begin an epic journey. They swim against strong currents and swim up rivers for hundreds of kilometers to their birthplace, where their parents spawned. There they lay their eggs and then die. Their offspring stay in the fresh water of their birthplace for 1 or 2 years, growing and gaining strength until they are ready to start their own journey to the ocean. This journey can be dangerous. Many salmon die on their way upstream, but those who make it complete the spawning cycle, ensuring the continuation of their species. But how do they manage to find their way home? First, let's talk about why salmon need to return home at all. There are several main reasons for this behavior, and the first reason is the spawning instinct. Salmon are genetically programmed to return to freshwater to spawn. Their internal biological clocks, along with hormones and environmental cues, drive this behavior. After all, the freshwater where they were born is ideal for the development of their eggs and offspring. It contains enough oxygen, the right temperature, and plenty of food. Moreover, it is well known that many species of fish are more susceptible to diseases when in salt water. For example, sea bass. When transferred to salt water, sea bass lose their ability to fight off common bacterial infections. Therefore, it is clear that for salmon, returning to freshwater is vital for the health of their future offspring. The second reason is their highly sensitive sense of smell. From the moment they hatch, young salmon begin to memorize the chemical composition of the water, which is like a unique scent. This process is called olfactory memory. Later, as adults, they use this scent as a kind of chemical map to guide them home. Scientists have found that salmon can detect minute changes in the smell of water and distinguish between different rivers. Studies show that even as juveniles, salmon can remember the specific chemicals of the river where they were born. And these chemicals can be anything, from the decaying bodies of insects to plant pollen, algae, and other aquatic organisms. These smells are all unique to that particular river and form a kind of olfactory fingerprint. When salmon are ready to spawn, they release special chemicals into the water that help them detect other salmon of the same species. These chemicals also carry information about the sex of the fish, its age, and reproductive status. By recognizing these signals, salmon can assess whether their fellow travelers are suitable mates. Interestingly, scientists have found that salmon can detect the presence of conspecifics at concentrations as low as 1 individual per 10 liters of water. Imagine being able to detect another person in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's incredible. Third reason is navigation. Salmon use various methods to navigate the vast ocean and find their way home. Here is how they do it. First, salmon can sense Earth's magnetic field and use it to determine their location and navigate. Scientists have found that salmon can sense magnetic fields with their heads, which contain special magnetic particles called magnetite. These particles act like a compass, helping salmon navigate in the ocean. Second, salmon use the sun's rays to navigate. They have special photoreceptors in their eyes that allow them to see polarized light. By sensing the direction of polarized light, salmon can determine the sun's location even when it's cloudy and use it as a navigational cue. Third, salmon use water temperature to navigate. They prefer to swim in water that is around 13 degrees Celsius. So when salmon encounter areas of water that are too warm or too cold, they move away from them. Fourth, salmon use ocean currents to navigate. Currents can carry salmon long distances without much effort on their part. For example, the Gulf Stream current can carry salmon from North America to Europe in just a few weeks. Finally, salmon use their sense of smell to navigate. As we mentioned earlier, salmon can detect chemicals in the water that indicate the presence of other salmon. This allows them to follow a path already traveled by their fellow travelers, like a kind of scent trail. In short, salmon use a combination of magnetic navigation, celestial navigation using the sun and stars, olfactory cues, and more to find their way home. This is similar to how humans use GPS devices, except that salmon do it naturally and without any electronic devices. Let's also add that salmon returning to their birthplace have a significant evolutionary advantage over those that spawn in unfamiliar waters. Firstly, if the salmon has returned to its native river, it means that it is already adapted to the conditions there. That is, it is resistant to local diseases and can cope with the specific difficulties of this particular river. If the salmon spawns in a new area for itself, it means that it will have to adapt to new conditions, which is an additional energy cost that can affect the survival of both the eggs and the offspring. Secondly, salmon that return to their birthplace contribute to maintaining the gene pool of the population in this area. This is important because it helps maintain genetic diversity within the species, making it more adaptable to environmental changes. Spawning with individuals from the same population also helps maintain beneficial adaptations that have evolved over time in that particular group of salmon. Overall, returning to its birthplace gives salmon a significant advantage in terms of survival and reproduction, which in turn contributes to the preservation of the species. Now we can conclude that salmon return to their birthplace due to a combination of factors, including spawning instinct, highly sensitive sense of smell, and the use of various navigational techniques. Returning to their birthplace is crucial for the survival and reproduction of salmon as it ensures optimal conditions for offspring development, allows them to find mates of the same species, and maintain the genetic integrity of the population. Also, returning to their birthplace is a testament to the amazing adaptability and survival instincts of these incredible fish. Their ability to overcome thousands of kilometers across the ocean to reach their destination is truly awe-inspiring. Salmon are true super travelers of the natural world. Well, that's all for today. Please like and share this video. Also, check out our other videos and leave your comments. See you soon. Bye.